Hello there. Welcome back to the 10th episode of the Dragon of Icespire Peak. This is exciting. It's very exciting. Can't you tell? Anyways, so when we last left off, you guys went and did the thing at the mansion. You came back, you had the counterattack with those orcs and the vicious boar thing. You went and checked out the third X. Turned out to be some kind of Stonehenge looking thing where there was an ogre zombie Frankensteinish thing and more priests and lightning and all that fun stuff. After searching that, you came back to check in the middle of the X, and then you checked the mansion again. Didn't necessarily seem to feel like anything too significant was happening there, so Daisy scooped up a pumpkin, and now you have arrived back at Falcon's Hunting Lodge, and I don't remember what time of day it was to you guys.
It was still the morning.
Afternoonish, maybe? Or
first thing in the morning, we went, about 2 hours east, and now we're traveling back. So, whatever
let's say it's like lunchtime.
Cool.
Yeah, because
seems to be
from
midday.
the mansion to Falcons is like 4 hours, isn't it?
Let's see if hold on. Let's do this so I can show you guys different X spots again. You ready? Okay, so basically, this is where Falcon. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, James, shut up. Okay, so Falcon's Hunting Lodge was somewhere in this area. The Stonehenge thing was up about here. The mansion was. I know what I'm doing. I'm a pro. Down here. So you kind of 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All basically within a 10-mile triangular. I'd say radius, but that's circles. So anyways, it's noontime. You're back. You're back at Falcon's Hunting Lodge.
Just in time for lunch.
Yeah. And actually, as you approach, you just see Falcon sitting, not sitting on the roof, but you see his fur-lined cloak and his icy blue eyes kind of poking out from the arrow slit of the tower as he just seems to be watching guard. He just says, "Ho there, travelers! Welcome back. Good to see you."
It's always
good to see you too.
We brought you a pumpkin.
A pumpkin? Where did you find that?
Marcus found it, and then he gave it to me, and we thought that it would be good lunch.
Oh, well, I'll see if Corwin can do something with that. Come on in. And you see him just step away, and he ushers you back into the lodge. And Corwin says, "Oh, yes, this looks like a fine pumpkin." And takes it and says, "I'll see what I can do with it. Maybe we'll have some stew later, or soup."
Now, Falcon, have there been any disturbances back here since we left?
No, it's been actually a little unusually quiet. Perhaps I was wondering if maybe you dealt with the threats. What did you find at the other X?
Well, we found a couple more of those, few more of those priests, and looked like an ogre zombie that they were casting some spells on and doing something with. But we didn't see any more orcs or half orcs, so that was a little odd. But
Side note: those priests were half orcs.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Really? I mean, I suppose ogres do venture their way down. Maybe they just found one and did some form of dark ceremony, or I don't know.
Dark sorcery, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Indeed.
So it's not common to see ogres in these parts?
No, sometimes they do venture down from the hills. Always scavenging, trying to do whatever it is that they're looking for. Stupid creatures, really. Very simple.
Well, we simply dispatched it. Now, as a matter of fact, I kind of... do you happen to have a place I could take a shower? Because I feel like I haven't gotten all of it off of me yet.
Oh, yes.
Kind of splattered me pretty good.
And he just says, yes, feel free to the stream right over here is, and there's a stream that kind of is on the, western side of the lodge.
There's some entrails stuck to the bottom of Landor's foot.
well, all you guys are
as he's like, it's like, as he's kind of walking away, and you're just like, you'll see it. Okay.
I'm gonna go do that while lunch is being prepared.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because they probably could smell me coming.
I forgot your Dragon Age blood spatter.
Yeah.
needs to be like wiped off.
Well, and there was no streams or anything, any of the places we stopped.
No.
So it was just like.
That's true.
All right.
How about you, Marcus? How did you fare during this ordeal?
We did well. We killed all of the enemies that we found, and I do believe that was everything. Unless there's something we're missing, if there's something else that you know of, but
Not really. Everything seems to have been normal the last day or so. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but
well,
it's good to have. Since you took a little longer than you did the other day, I started to get a little worried. If you had gone another one, I probably would have gone out looking for you.
Well, we had we traveled up over to the unknown area. We fought some orcs on the way. We killed the shamans, so it would seem, and then we traveled back to the mansion because we just wanted to check and make sure that it actually was empty and clear, and it was.
Sounds like a wise decision.
Thank you.
I certainly do appreciate all your work. You always have a place to stay here at the lodge if ever you find yourself in need.
Thank you. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes.
I think it will always be good to keep a watchful eye, and in the future, if you think there's something else going on, you can find us, and we would be happy to help.
Absolutely. You'd be at the top of my list. Will you be staying in Phandalin?
I don't see any reason to leave Phandalin at this moment, so yes, for the
And at this
foreseeable
point,
future.
Tybor kind of just scurries up and just says, you're back. Good. So, after lunch, what do you say we go back to Phandalin? That sound like a good idea? I think that's a good idea.
Yes, we'll most likely be staying in Phandalin, and I don't see any reason to leave at the moment.
Oh, I can't tell if you're talking to me or to Falcon. I'm just... Hrumph! And he kind of like just storms away. And Falcon just kind of...
It's quite the character.
Does one of these, like, oh. Yes, as much as I enjoy your company, when you leave, so does he.
Of course.
Thank you for taking on this burden for us.
Just bring me another bottle of wine someday and we'll call it even.
Sure.
Oh, Falcon.
Yes.
You're going to stay here, correct?
Yes, this is my home, little one.
So, if you guys do have any more issues, why don't you take this? I'm going to hand him one of the sending stones.
Oh. What does this do?
It will allow you to communicate with us over long distances. I didn't just read that from a pamphlet.
That's fine. And how does it work?
Landor?
He's washing up.
I'm in the stream. You just hear faint sounds of me singing.
Singing in the rain.
Ogre bits be gone.
Ogre bits be gone. Oh man.
So I believe if you activate it, it will allow you to send us a message. I should have read it before I said anything.
That's fine.
You're able to send a 25-word message
There we go.
to the creature with the other stone. Which
See, Marcus knows
would be me.
everything.
Well met. Lord Winterburn.
That could have come in handy when you guys were changing the plan on me.
He goes, the good old days of adventuring.
I forgot that we
Yes.
had them, and then I
It's
was
like
like,
look in your inventory and you're like, oh crap.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
just-
Marcus, I don't know, table talk. Are either of you opposed to giving Falcon the Sundering Stone?
Oh, you already gave it to him, so it's fine.
I could take it
It
back.
probably would
That's
have been
fine.
wiser not to. But
You
at
can
the
take it
same
back
time,
if you can reach it. Hold on.
if it's what you felt like you would do, then go for it. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine. That's...
we don't always have to
Yeah.
like think it was the wisest decision.
I mean,
Either
Daisy
event,
was
Falcon puts it
concerned.
in his breast pocket up here. And he just says, I shall keep it close. Thank you very much, Daisy. That's very kind of you.
of course.
He says, please make yourself comfortable, wash up, whatever you need to do, and we'll have a nice meal. And he just kind of walks off towards the kitchen. He goes, Corwin, do you need any help? And then you see him say, yes, my lord, and the door kind of closes.
Marcus, did you know that we can also send messages to him? We can talk to him all the time.
Oh boy.
I'll pull out the other sending stone and just say, only if you have this, and I'll put it back.
All right, so
I'll actually just toss it back to you. You get it.
I'm coming back up, going.
yeah, was there anything else that you wanted to accomplish at Falcon's Hunting Lodge?
No, I'm good.
I don't think so. I mean, all the repairs were made before we left, and they're like well fortified.
Yeah,
Did-
and actually you see that it looks like Falcon may have repaired any damage that might have happened to the cart while you were, because with the supplies that you had brought to the loggers camp, because it was kind of over there when the boar crashed through the wall.
Now, do we want to kind of just like fast forward through time and leave tomorrow morning, or do you guys
Pretty
want
much
to
what I'm
leave tonight?
asking.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we should, because I feel like it takes at least a full day to get back, if not maybe even more than that.
Yeah, if you left in the morning, I think you would have one long rest and then you'd get in the next nighttime.
Mm.
So if you did it the other way, you could have 2 long rests, I guess, because if you had like a half a day, a full day, and then a half a day.
I guess if we left today, then we would get back midday 2 days from now.
It's up to you guys.
I'm fine with whatever.
Let's leave today.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm down 2 hit die, so having 2 long rests would be helpful, because then I could get both of them back.
get
One
them
long
either
rest
way.
should give you both, shouldn't it?
I thought you only got half of what you used back per long
I
rest.
think it's half your total.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Otherwise, it just takes a long time to get back to full.
I thought the same thing too, but like I feel like it was like a couple weeks ago. Jake was like, "No, it's half you." I was like, "Oh,
A lot, yeah,
that makes more sense."
it's just designed that if you are continually adventuring, that it,
Has an effect.
yeah. So,
Only thing I want to say. Sorry.
you're good.
Okay.
We had a lot of weapons and armor and shields and all that crap. Can we fit it all on the cart? Do we need another one? Do I need to spend the rest of the day building another one out of some like spare wood? Like what are we?
Just because that sounds really annoying to handle, we'll say you're able to use the cart to bring back.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think since we were
You're a little
carrying
creative with
rations,
some of it, but you're able to.
since we were carrying rations for the loggers camp and all the loggers were dead, it's safe to assume that we left all of the stuff at Falcon's Lodge so they would have provisions.
They didn't seem like they were in need, but I think you may Well, I don't want to speak for your characters. What do you want to do with them?
To
I
do
feel like-
with what? Rations? Oh, the supplies we're supposed to take back?
Mm-hmm.
I would absolutely want to bring them back to town. Falcon
I would
has everything he needs.
kind of ask Tybor because of the fact, even if he's not at logging camp, theoretically they would be his.
Okay.
You know, and I don't know how payments already arranged and stuff like that, but since it's kind of a outgoing supplies, I feel like it was probably prepaid for, or maybe he has a line of credit set up. I don't know, but so we should probably bring him with, unless he wanted us to do something different with him.
No, I was just thinking in terms of making everything fit, but since the DM said it's not a problem, it's not a problem.
Yeah, it's fine.
We just stacked it really high.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
able to like get creative with like bundling up the javelins and kind of like, you know, because you probably have like 3,000 javelins at this point, so they're kind of like almost look like turrets on the side of the cart. That if you did have some
Falcon.
kind of propulsion system,
Falcon had some bungee cords we were able to use. and
Yeah, you know, you're able to use your equipment.
Yeah.
We'll
It's
say
like moving out a
creatively.
sail.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, you know, we have a Hulk, we have a Spider-Man.
That's all you need. It's fantastic. Anyways, so yeah, so you have a nice lunch. You know, Corwin, you know, is able to do some fun things with that pumpkin, and you have a wonderful stew. And yeah, you freshen up your supplies, load up your cart, and you're able to head out. Sounds good.
Yes.
All right, let's do survival check to get going. You're pretty much heading due south. We'll go here to show it as per the previous instructions.
Landor, you want to do the survival check
I can do it.
with advantage? Because I'm assisting.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just 17 both times.
2 17s, nice.
Well,
Yeah.
2 15s. I have a +2, but yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, you're able to just keep heading pretty much due south. You feel like there is a little bit something different as far as the navigation is concerned. It doesn't quite feel as, not that it was all that difficult to know your way around to begin with, but it just seems like it's a little easier now.
Like I can just see a little bit more light through the trees.
Yeah, like you can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Like you can
Oh.
see all the obstacles that are in your way. It's not just hard
And as a
anymore.
matter of fact, even though I probably should be quiet, I am singing that.
Yeah.
I can see clearly now the rain has gone.
Tybor just keeps like glaring over at you. See how he keeps singing like this. He's just cranky.
The gold's in my way.
So just to put this into perspective, you were traveling with this guy. Just imagine that's annoying. Anyways, let's just do another check, just to make sure you can get out of the woods. We'll do one more, I think.
17.
Yeah. Yeah, you
One of them was a
emerge.
2 though this time though. So.
You emerge out into the plains here, and we'll say it's pretty much getting dark at this point. I don't know if you want to keep going or how you want to handle it, but you know that Phandalin is down here, and you're kind of just coming out of the woods. You can see that the tree line starts to bend.
It's what, like another day's trip to Phandalin?
Yeah, day and a half. I mean, unless you're just going to march through the nighttime.
But then we're gonna get a point of exhaustion, right? If we go for long enough.
You would, yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're not in that much of a rush, so we could take the night here, and just since we're out, we made it outside of the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we were still in the forest, I probably would have wanted to keep going just to get out of it, but I feel like
Okay.
this is a good spot to make camp.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it definitely makes sense to take a rest.
Do you guys want me to cast my Leomon's tiny hut for us, or do you feel comfortable with where we are?
Just
You
like
wouldn't be able to fit the cart and Vince in there,
True.
but
But we can see out, right? I mean, we
Oh,
can
yeah.
size-
do the hut and still take watch.
What size creature are they?
Vince is a large creature, and I think the cart would be also large.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's. I'm not going to complain about. I'll never complain about having a safer place to stay, but whatever.
Well, I can't fit the cart and the Vincent, so I don't know if they something might happen to them though.
Well, they would have slept outside anyway. I mean, if it would either be all of us in a camp, or
The only person who can't come and go as they please would be Landor.
Would be me. I have to stay inside of it.
Yeah.
I'll cast it, and it doesn't say anything about being able to hear, so I don't know if we would be able to hear what's going on outside or not.
I see
like,
no
the
reason
spell
why
doesn't
not.
Okay.
As long as you can breathe, if it's not airtight, I feel like sound would travel.
I could just sleep with my head sticking out.
Let's not do that.
Just see this like pale light green grass colored dome for cover, and then just like this little gnome head out the side of it, which you can see out of it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cast it.
Okay.
I just want to go to Tybor and just ask him. How are you feeling, Tybor? Have your wounds healed? I know you had a rough encounter with the orcs the few days past.
Yes, I don't believe I had anybody, notice that I was in there. I just, I must have passed out because of the smoke and everything.
So how do you feel?
I feel fine.
Okay.
And at that point, he's like...
Daisy's gonna pat him real hard on the back. You all right there?
And he goes, "Oh my God, you're so strong!" And he looks at you like you look freakishly strong to him. He says, "Yes, I'm fine."
Well, we're glad you're well, and I'm sure your brother will be happy to see you too.
Yes, I'd like to think he would like to see me alive.
Yes. Good night.
Okay then, good night. Hey, is there room in that thing for me? And he just kind of makes sure that he's inside the dome.
It can fit up to 9.
Okay.
Is what it specifically states.
Yeah. And so you have an uneventful night. You wake up the next morning, able to, get back on the road. Is there anything in particular you want to do, or are you just heading down to the Tribord Trail and...
Wait, before we go to bed that night, I want to take the sending stone, and I'm going to squeeze it, and I'm going to go, "Hey, Falcon, I just want to let you know, we're out of the woods. We're about a day and a half away from the town. I hope you're doing all right. Just let us know if you need..."
Yeah.
25 words.
Yeah.
Daisy would have just kept talking.
Okay, so you have your response. It says, "Oh, it's late. That's good to hear. I hope your journey is uneventful."
And I'm whispering to Marcus, did Daisy just send a "hey you up" text?
One of my favorite SNL skits with Eli Manning. I'll look it up. Anyways.
I do believe she did.
Yeah, so the next morning you're able to wake up and do your thing.
Don't forget to get your hit dice back. Alright. So we're continuing along.
I get all my rages back.
Yeah, so you're able to get down to the Tribord Trail. We'll say you're going to be able to get to maybe about here or so, because each of these hexes is 5 miles. I believe it's 5
Do you
miles.
get a bonus to speed whenever you're on a trail or a road?
No,
Just
you don't have
asking.
to make survival
Okay.
checks, but
Okay.
to know where you're going. Yeah, so that would be another 5, 10. 15, 20, 25, 30 or so. Yeah, you're kind of getting down to here before you're like, it's been dark for maybe a half hour, an hour, and you're like, I think, like, you know, it's going to turn off to go down to Phandalin soon, but might not be the best move to continue. Unless you did want to continue, you'd probably have another 15 miles or so before you'd get there. Another half a day's trip. You could get there maybe by like midnight if you wanted to, or even later.
I think I'd rather get there tomorrow at noon, to be honest. Like, personally, or 10:30, 11, depending on how early we get up. But
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
we might camp here.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna cast another ritual of Leomund's tiny hut.
Sure. Again, the evening goes uneventful, and you're able to, unless Daisy's sending another message.
They seemed a little annoyed with her, so she's gonna wait till we get actually to town to let him know that we got to town.
Okay. Sure. So you're able to do that and then turn down the road. Let's see.
Hey Daisy, next time you send him a message, you should let him know that you found some really good wine. He might like to know that.
Have we found really good wine, though?
I'm saying once we get back to town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you could tell him that you found a couple good bottles of,
Which at
of a
that
good
point,
year.
as you're having this discussion, you see you coming up to the hill, and Phandalin comes into view. And it's noontime as you arrive back in town.
Let's take the cart and everything. Wait, should we take Tyborg back to his brother, or should we take the cart back to where the provisions came from?
Should probably take Tybor back to Townmaster. We could collect the reward and let him know that he's safe. It's been what, about a week and a half, 2 weeks since we left. That's
maybe like 8 or 9 days in that range.
longer than probably longer than they would have expected, I'm sure. Townmaster, being the warrior he is worrying.
Okay.
Tybor just kind of leans in and says, "It's a family trait."
Let's just say we noticed.
Yeah, you don't say.
All right, so you're able to go to the Townmaster's Hall. Unless you... Yep, go ahead, Josh.
As they do that, I'm going to peel off and go to the Line Shield caster.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
Do you want to
okay.
bring the cart with you, or do you just want to go by yourself?
I'm not saying anything. I just as you guys started going that way, I started walking.
And you're able to recognize the direction that he's going to, since you're familiar with town.
He's got his cape of billowing, right?
He does have his cape of
And-
billowing.
Just because I say Godspeed, and I hit him with some inspiration.
There you go. All right, so let's handle that first. So you get to the Lion Shield caster, and you open the door. The light comes in from behind you,
I click my billowing.
and the cape just billows in a very heroic manner, which is a little odd because usually when the door opens, you'd think wind would come into it, but it seems like the just billows. And you see Lanine's eyes kind of like raise up and look, and she doesn't have like a very overt smile, but her countenance lifts. She says, it's nice to see you, Marcus. It's been I guess you had a trip. It's been a little bit.
Yes, it's nice to see you too. It's been quite some time.
Yes.
We traveled to the loggers camp to help Townmaster's brother, and well,
I guess it was time for another shipment.
Yes. We'll just say it got more complicated from there, but
Adventurers keep my line of work operational, so
yes, we do. And,
I understand.
We have quite a bit for you as far as things to sell. I know you've already got plenty of axes and hide,
Javelins.
and javelins. But, one could never have too many, I suppose, if you're in this business.
Oh, yes, well, sure, whatever you have, we'd certainly be interested in taking a look.
Sure, yes. My companions, I'm sure you remember them, Daisy and Landor. They'll be back with supplies shortly. They were heading to Townmaster, but I just wanted to come in and see you first.
Oh, yes. Did you want something to drink or anything?
Sure.
Sorry that I feel like I should have asked that earlier. He just kind of gets up and grabs a bottle of wine and a couple of glasses and just pours you one. Clink.
Thank you.
Yeah. He was going to say Marcus is definitely the kind of guy that would be like...
Yeah.
It seems like it's nothing fancy, but it's a good wine.
That's very kind of you. Thank you, Linine. Are you well? How has business been this past?
Yes, everything's been fine. The only thing is, I have heard that, to the west towards the coastline, I know there's an old ship house, an old lighthouse that seems to be, I don't know, some ships don't seem to be making their deliveries this last week, and I've heard that I don't know, it seems like that the lighthouse might be haunted. Not really sure.
Well, I mean, we can definitely take a look into it and see if there's anything we can help with. If especially if this is affecting trade in town, affecting your business, then it's important to us, and we could.
Sure. That would sound nice.
If it's affecting your business, then it's important to us.
Well, it's good to know I have such capable heroes at my beck and call.
I'll click the cloak of billowing again. And
she just goes, "Oh my!" End scene. Okay. Unless you wanted to do something else.
The only other thing I wanted to do though was to buy something, but like before they come back. So
sure, that's fine. We'll come back to that before.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I made that known.
Yep. So Daisy and Landor at the cart, and Tybor, you are able to arrive at the Townmaster's at his house, because I know you're not even going to bother with the hall at this point. And Tybor just goes right up to it, and he just starts going, dunk, dunk, dunk. Open this door, you old crone! He goes, and then you just see the shade kind of up from the top. Look, huh? He comes down, he goes, I'm not an old crone, you're an old crone. Just, you hear like the thing just opens up, and he goes, what do you want, Tybor? What are you doing here? And he says, Armin, they attacked the loggers' camp, and now there's some kind of insect creatures. It's been shut down. These people, they brought the supplies back, and they brought me back safely. And he just kind of looks, and he's just like, where's the knight that you're traveling with? Did he make it? Is it just the two of you now?
Oh, he had some other business in town to attend to. He figured we could handle coming over here ourselves to let you know we had completed the task.
You're not one of those dragons in disguise, are you? He's kind of like looking you up and down.
I don't think so. Last time I checked, I wasn't.
And he just looks over at his brother, and he goes,
nope.
And what about you? He says, brother, open the door. He goes, fine. And you hear like he's undoing like a dozen locks. It seems like he might have added one or two, and he opens it up. What was the reward there? Was what, 100 gold? I think it was. Yeah.
I do feel like that maybe there should be an additional 50 gold, just due to the fact that we did have to bring Tybor back, and we did have to escort him back safely. The original deal was literally just to bring supplies there.
He goes, roll a persuasion check.
It was 100 gold. I found I sent a screenshot.
I just looked at it too.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a 10.
10.
Oh.
He goes, as annoying as my brother is, I don't think that warrants extra gold.
And to be clear, I do have a +8.
Yeah, so it's just
I
not,
rolled
not
pretty
the best. He just takes a bag. He takes a bag, tosses it to you, and then he just grabs his brother by the arm, pulls him in, and he goes, "Whoa!" He shuts the door. Your services are much appreciated. Please return the supplies to Barthen, and he'll know what to do with it.
Sorry, I bombed that persuasion.
Oh, that's okay.
I figured it couldn't hurt to ask.
No, of course not. So
Next
now you're
time
sitting
we're
there at the
leaving him
cart
there.
and Vince.
We actually did get another 50 gold out of this. Like way back then, we kind of bullied
Tybor.
Tybor into giving us another 50 gold.
Harbin doesn't know that.
Exactly.
All right, so what are the two of you doing?
Well, before Harbin disappeared, I wanted to ask him if there were any other, like,
He's just
anything else
gonna-
going on.
He's gonna tell us to check the job board.
Yeah, he goes, look at the board. That's what it's there for. I make a trip out there once per day just to make sure everything's up to speed. You think I have time to be answering your questions? He just...
Well, all right then.
Do we have a
Yeah.
stopping stick? I would love to lock that
You-
open and just.
You actually still have it because I gave it to you and never took it back.
Oh, I can't reach the thing, but here, Landor, next time we're talking to him, you feel free to just make it a point that we're gonna talk to him when we want to talk to him.
He old stopping stick.
Knowing him though, he would probably like it because he would just think it would be extra security for his door.
That's true. So just table talk for a second. So far our party funds are 411 gold pieces, 4 silver, 4 copper. The gems, the 2 healing potions, the iron liquid, which you told us what it was, but I don't.
It's a potion of invulnerability.
Potion of invulnerability. And then the boots
Which
of
is a little
Elvenkind that are
misleading
on
if you
Landor.
ask me, but
Because it doesn't make you invulnerable.
I mean, it gives you resistance to damage.
Oh, and 1 sending stone.
What happened?
And-
Did you mention the staff of bird calls? I feel like you did mention the staff
yeah.
of bird calls.
Staff of bird calls and the cloak of billowing.
And a +1 shield.
Thank you.
Ooh,
See,
okay.
this I'm glad that I was going over this. Landor, do you think that we should go drop off the supplies and then Marcus will meet us at the inn?
Well, we probably should drop the supplies off and then maybe stop by the what is the name of the place with all the gear that we'd gotten? 'Cause we
Lion Shield
probably
Custer.
don't Lion Shield Coster. We probably don't want to haul that stuff around for that long.
Okay.
You do have a
But we-
lot of like hide armor and axes and javelins and
And I think we need Vincent to bring it around too.
Yeah. maybe we should drop
looking at
that
the
off.
cart, you think like, this might be Daisy
pull
strong, but she'd be like,
Here in the wheels
2-3 foot. She's like, I have to like
creaking as it
rage
goes.
to carry this.
It
You know?
would just be a pile of javelins. You wouldn't even see her, but it'd just be moving.
Oh
Like
god!
the
If anyone is an
cardboard box
artist and
walking around.
watches this, if you could just show like a 3-foot tall gnome and like a 10-foot tall pile of things that has to be carried, that would be amazing.
You just see all these javelins and then all the hide stacked up.
Oh my god. If she went Totem Warrior and had the double carrying capacity thing.
It makes up for being small.
the giant pack on her back.
Yes.
We don't need a bag of holding. We have Daisy.
She just has one of those really big like hiker's backpacks that it's like 3 times her height
Yeah.
strapped to her back.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. So let's go get rid of this supplies at Barthen's name, right? No.
So you're gonna carry the supplies. You're not gonna have Vince do the work.
No,
for you.
No,
we'll-
we'll have
we'll-
Vince do it.
We'll stop by and drop the gear off first. and
Okay.
then we'll take the supplies back.
So you head off to do that. We'll go back to the Lion Shield Coster. I'll tell you when you arrive. Marcus.
Lenine, I'm looking for a weapon. Something ornate, very nice, showy, like a warhammer in very good condition. Is there anything that you have here?
Sure. And she just says, yeah, follow me. And she just brings you to a selection of bludgeoning weapons. And they seem to be fine quality. You see 3 that are there. One seems to have a little bit more of a dwarvish design to it. The other 2 look a little more plain.
I'll take the one with the dwarvish design. And also, do you know where I could find like a lute in town? Something like this, of the sort?
A lute? Like, just... You mean like the instrument?
Like an instrument, yes.
Please
No
hold
music.
while I try to know what the heck to say to that.
You could just put a pin in it. That's fine.
Yeah, she just says, I would guess Barthen would probably be the best place to go. I don't know if he would necessarily have musical instruments, but he might.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, so the Warhammer is normally 15 gold.
Mhm.
This one looks a little bit different in that the versatile property for it would actually make it a D12 instead of a D10. And it's going to cost you 20 gold though.
Sure. Sold. And could you package it up real nice for me, please?
Yes, sure. What do you want me to do with it? She's like, I normally...
Never mind.
She goes and goes, I think I have an idea. And then she goes behind the counter, takes out a bit of ribbon. She's like, I could tie a bow on it if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And she
That would be lovely.
does that, and let's see how she does. Yeah, 15, not so bad. Okay. And actually, you look at it, and you're thinking like, wow, that actually looks like a gift. Like about as gift wrapped as a Warhammer's ever really gonna get. And pretty much as she's doing that, you hear some commotion outside as the cart is being pulled up, and you see the door swing open and you see Vince's horns, and then you look down and see Daisy kind of like walk through the door.
I'm just imagining like and the door just like slaps into the wall. There's like a doorknob.
But you don't
hole.
see who did it.
Yeah,
You're just like,
absolutely.
I'll fix that later.
And Lenine smiles when she sees you. She goes, ah. And then she kind of like looks at Marcus like, do you want me to hide this? Or do you have the...
You just leave it on the counter.
Okay, it's just on the counter. It's got the bow on there. He goes, Daisy, it's good to see you. I imagine Landor would then waltz in. Probably
Yes.
literally, doing a little Jake. There you go.
We
So
have
what-
so many things.
I was being told. Did you want something to drink? I think we still have some more wine.
I would love a
I
little
do.
bit of wine.
appreciate it, but I think me and Daisy actually need to return the supplies back to Barthen.
Oh.
Marcus, would you mind helping Lenine sort through and count these and figure out what needs to be done?
Hashtag wingman.
Sure. Yes. I could. Yeah. Absolutely. Of course
Let
I
me
could.
just get them off the cart for you. So Daisy's gonna just like very gently, like bring everything in because she already made a hole in the wall with the door.
Yeah, I got you. Just have to really
Uh,
refresh because I know I'm going to be doing lots of math here. I probably shouldn't have put the handbook away here. Let's see.
I have it on D&D Beyond and can look that up pretty quickly if you want.
Oh, even with pricing?
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to go off the standard pricing and then Okay, that's fine.
That's about it.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you have?
Oh, hold on. I gotta do math. I gotta just find all the places where I recorded it first.
Gotcha.
We have 20 axes.
And how much?
Well, no.
Well,
we
that
have
was just from
20.
That was
one
just from
fight.
that. Yeah. So that was 20 axes, 20 hide armor, 80 javelins. But we also have claws and more javelins and more hide armor from the first fight, and then the 2 fights that we had going to the place.
So yeah, you're gonna have
Also
to
at
give
the
me some
mansion.
totals. 'Cause-
Yeah, I need a
Oh my
second to go
God.
through my notes. Hold on.
Holy crap.
So we'll just to give you some time for that. We'll say after you bring all those, after you bring all those things inside, you're sorting through everything. We'll say Landor and Daisy then head off to bring Vince to Barthen. But you can do your thing. I'm sure Landor, you can just do the talking.
Yeah.
So you arrive at
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was say, hey, yeah, so we get back to Barthen's,
Mm-hmm.
and when we got to the logging camp, it was destroyed.
Hmm.
We got Tobin back here safely, but they're not gonna need these supplies. So the town master told us to bring them back over here.
Yes, I guess I will talk to him about what to do with them. I appreciate it. And he just looks over and he goes, how about Vincent? How's he doing? And he just walks over to him and he just kind of looks him in the eye. He's just looking at him and he just kind of pets him.
I'll tell you,
Magnificent
that's
beast.
he is
Magnificent
one
beast.
magnificent creature. And as a matter of fact, I flick him 2 silver from my pack just for. I have to say that beast got us out of some scrapes, and we really appreciated having him. So
He kind of looks over and he just says, "Your silver is not required. This is a special beast."
Oh my god.
And he just like unharnesses. He like takes the harness off and he just goes, "Ander, Thistle, get over here." And you just see the 2 boys come out and he just like, just try not to break any of the supplies and just put them away for now. And they kind of just look at each other and look at him and he just like, just don't break anything.
I have a quick question. The priests that were at the Stonehenge place, did they also have the clawed gauntlets, or was that just the priests that were at the mansion?
No, they also would have. So.
Yeah, we used them to dig.
Okay. Well, we had 4 of them from when we were in the mansion, and then we fought 2 priests at the river, and then we fought 3 more priests at the Stonehenge, right?
2 at the Stonehenge, 1 at the river, so
One at the river.
7 all day, I guess.
Yep. Okay, so according to my notes, which I don't know, I hope that I took good notes.
We'll just roll with whatever it is you have. It's fine.
yeah.
We have 31 things of hide armor,
Good lord.
72 great axes.
Let's just so hide armor is how much, Josh? You have the thing up there?
Hide armor is 10 gold pieces each.
So just we'll write 310.
You said 31?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
72 great axes.
And how
Great
much?
axes are 30 gold piece each.
So that's 2160.
100 javelins, which I'm assuming we're probably going to want to keep.
That's 5 silver apiece, right?
Yeah, 5 silver
For
pieces.
some reason I remember that. So
I
that's
guess
50.
we want to keep some of those, right?
Just inventory for now. You guys can make.
Okay. And then 7 clawed gauntlets.
I don't have a price for those.
No, you don't. Okay, so you see Ander and Thistle starting to take the supplies and try and do his thing, and do their thing with trying to make sure everything is fine. And he just says, Vince. He just kind of pets him and he just says, "Come with me." And Vincent just seems to just naturally follow him. Like, it's a little odd. Normally, oxen, I don't think, are that well behaved, but they just love him. Or he just loves him. And brings him back to the pen.
And hey, Barthen, I would like to get a couple of your gold piece wines, a couple bottles.
Oh,
Just for,
I actually don't
if you
have
do
any
have any in
wine
stock.
here. I think they may have that at the Stonehill Inn if you're interested in purchasing
Oh, okay.
wine. He goes, I do have
All right.
some moonshine, but I make that myself.
Ooh.
Oh boy, oh no.
Well, I
And he
mean,
just he actually stops and looks at you, and he looks you kind of up and down, and he's like, I'm not sure you'd be able to handle it.
well, I mean, come on.
He just kind of goes,
I mean, I am a
Come with
bard. I
me.
do live in taverns.
he just says, come with me. And he brings you inside to the shop if you follow him.
I follow.
Yep. And he goes behind the counter. And he just takes a glass out. And he just says, sometimes my boys just... He just pours some moonshine in there. Downs it quick, doesn't react at all. And he puts like a half a shot in there and slides it forward and just kind of crosses his arms.
And I take the shot.
All right, make a Constitution check.
Oh, no.
This is gonna be awesome.
7.
7, yeah. You just it burns going down. You're just like, it's. I mean, this is. I mean, like you said, you're a bard. You've been in taverns. Like this burns. And he just kind of smiles and he just says, "You want some more?"
Is there any way I can get like a quart of this? Like, I don't know how much you have or if you sell it. Like, obviously, I'm not drinking that at one sitting by any means, but you never know when you need some good moonshine.
He kind of just again looks at you and he's like evaluating you. It seems like again, and he takes
Listen,
takes a bottle out. It's
in our
empty.
adventures, you never know who we're going to come across, and we may come across a creature that needs something a little bit stronger to, persuade.
And he just takes the jug, pours some stuff into it, and it's. And he just says, "Here," and he says, "You took good care of Vince. That means something to a man." And he just puts a little cork in it and just says, "That's from me."
And during our fights, I know we did use a few casks of oil. Do you happen to have any of those available?
He pours
for
another
sale?
shot, downs it, and he just says, "Yes, I do.
We want all of them.
All of the oil." We just see how many I have. Actually, roll a d6, Michael.
A D6. 4.
He has 4 casks of oil. And they're a silver piece each.
Oh, yeah, definitely get.
I guess we'll take all of them. What's
I
the
know,
weight
Mark-
on those?
Oh, mark those.
they're a pound.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I'll definitely take all 4.
Yeah.
Are you taking that off of our party funds?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I figured we're all gonna we'll take one and then.
You
That last one.
used 2. You used both of them last time, so if you want to have the 2.
Yeah, I'll definitely take the 2. I kind of like playing with fire. Now I know why you use firebolt or ball all the time.
Fire can be very fun. Just ask the Golden Rose. All right. So, is there anything else I can get for you? Actually, Daisy's there too, isn't she?
Yes,
Maybe
she
Daisy
is.
was. We'll say Daisy was just kind of watching Ander, and this will really just not be great at what they do.
Would have kind of like helped try to like get the things
Yeah.
off the card. Okay, but like, oh, you got to shop that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, did you want to get anything else from Barthen?
I can't really think of anything else that we need. I mean, Just general supplies. I don't know if we need to specify that or not.
Let's say, yeah,
like,
let's probably pick up some rations and stuff like that. Let's do another 10-day supply of rations.
because we were gone for quite a while.
So let's say for, I guess, 3 people, 10 days each.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 day is 5 silver for 1 person, so times 10, 50 silver times 3, 150 silver, so 15 gold.
Okay. We'll pay that gladly.
Okay.
And
It just says, let me know if you acquire a taste for this moonshine.
I will. I definitely will.
How much is that?
Was the moonshine?
Everything. Sorry.
Everything? Let's see. So it was 15 gold plus 4 silver.
4 silver.
Okay. Cool.
He didn't charge me for the moonshine.
No, that was for taking good care of
First
Vince.
taste was on the house.
Yeah, no, it was just...
I thought I heard 154 silver, and I was like, what?
I mean, that would be 15 gold and 4 silver.
It would be.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of a weird way to do it.
Yeah. Well, it just said
Okay,
5 silver is 1 day's worth of rations, so I just did it silver first and then converted.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I
Yeah.
heard it wrong. That was fair enough.
Maybe I said it wrong. My wife tells me I do that all the time. So.
No, I was looking at something else.
So I'm gonna take the 15 gold pieces out of the party fund since the rations are for all of us.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
I think we're good here. Oh,
Does he sell holy water? Because I think I used all of mine.
I think Michael just got that holy water from him.
He does not have any
Daisy.
holy water for sale, unfortunately.
Alright.
I'm working on the Winterburn Wink.
There you go. I think if there's anything else you want to do at Barthen's.
Just did he have holy water?
No,
Okay.
He goes, if you're looking for holy water, I don't think you'd be able to find it in town right now. Unfortunately. Let me make sure I give you the right information. Okay. Normally we have an elven acolyte to Timora, Sister Garael, but she is out of town right now. If you're interested in checking out the shrine to Timora, it is in town. I could show you. It's not that hard to find.
If you don't mind letting us know where it is, I mean, even if she's not there, we can at least know where to check to see if and when she does get back.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have like a map of town? We could like have him mark it.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of in the middle of town, which I'm just looking at it right now. So you've passed it. It's like a block away from the inn.
And who was the person, Sister what?
Sister Garael. And the temple is called the Shrine of Luck. He's like, oh, wait a second. That sounds like something we should take advantage of.
Maybe we need to say a few words at this shrine.
Drop a coin in
Yeah.
the wishing well.
Drop a coin in the wisher. All right, so anything else?
Not with Barthen, I don't think. I think we're good.
All right, so you leave Barthen's and you're heading back to the Lion Shield Coster.
Actually, could we go to Adabra's? I just want to
Sure.
give
Sure.
Marcus as much time as he might need.
I don't. That's.
So who has the party fund? I'm guessing Daisy's carrying it. If you've been keeping track of it, I guess that's fine.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I think Marcus has the +1 shield. But I also am keeping track of like who has, like, I know Landor has the Boots of Elvenkind. He also has a healing potion. Marcus has greater healing potion. And the +1 shield, I think he's strapped to his back.
Okay. Sure. So
She's right, you know.
I have no doubt about that.
She's
so
very
you're able
smart.
So we'll just go to so you're headed over to Adabra's, and easy enough to find. And actually, it looks like it's a lot of work was done over the last week or so. It seems like there's still some maybe cosmetic work that needs doing, but largely her shop seems to be functional. So you kind of walk in there's even a little, as soon as you open the door, it even hits a little bell. Ding ding ding.
Oh, that's fun. Daisy's gonna open and close the door like a couple of times.
After the fourth time, I put my foot and just kind of like stop the door.
Oh, okay.
we don't want to make her angry with us now.
She just
Okay.
says, "Oh, it's good to see you. How are you doing?"
Deborah.
Yeah, it looks like your shop is shaping up nicely.
Yes, it seems like, I mean, I'm still not necessarily able to make the potions yet, but I can at least have a place to stay, and, I still need to be able to have the mill to be able to grind everything, but Barthen thinks that should be finished within a few days.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yes, I can't thank you enough for how much you've done. That beast would have surely gotten me.
Oh, it was our pleasure.
And then she just looks, she says, "Where's, Sir Marcus? Is he okay? Has something happened?"
Oh no, not at all. He's in town. He's just running a couple other errands while we're kind of just splitting up doing a couple different things to get some stuff handled and done.
Yes. Oh, okay, good.
But he's
Yes,
perfectly fine.
What can I do for you?
Well, we were wondering what kind of potions you may have.
Well, I still have the same from last time, and I actually wrote these down. She has a filter of love, potion of underwater breathing, potion of poison resistance, potion of healing, and a potion of cold resistance.
Is the healing regular?
It is.
And
Probably
cold
those up for prices.
I think they're like 50 gold for the regular thing.
Well, we already have two, but it might be nice to have one more, so each of us is holding one. But, Lander, do you think we should consult with Marcus before we purchase anything?
I feel like these, if you kind of feel like it's a good idea to have a third, we can afford it.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get that one healing potion.
And
Okay.
how much is the potion of cold resistance?
I'm looking that up right now. Yeah, Josh, if you have D&D Beyond open, that would be helpful.
Oh yeah, up. Sorry, absolutely. Yeah.
You're fine.
That would be in the DMG, right?
That's what I'm looking up. Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
It's not listing a price right here.
They don't have prices, I feel like, on a lot of the magic items. It's pretty obnoxious.
Potions,
See.
you'd certainly.
Dungeon
Oh, you know
Master.
what? I think it goes off of the rarity. So yes, the potion of healing will be 50 gold, that's for sure. Potion of cold resistance.
What is a filter of love? What is that?
It's a love potion.
Oh.
This one happens to be of the 9th variety.
The what variety?
Love potion number
Just
9.
close your eyes and take a sip. Man, I'm full of something today. I'm looking up because I know they have like a thing as far as rarity, how much it would
what
cost.
rarity is it, Jake? Do you know? How rare?
The resistance?
Yeah.
Uncommon.
So it could be between 101 and 500 gold pieces.
All right, let's go ahead and let's roll. It's for 200.
We might come back for that. I'll let you know.
Okay, that's fine.
But we will take the healing potion.
Sure, right away.
It's coming out of the party fund.
Haggle.
For the Lando, are you gonna haggle?
Sure.
I mean, I feel bad. We
Would
completely displaced her.
would you be willing to take 40 gold for it?
Or are you talking about the potion?
For the potion.
I was gonna say, I was like, that's a different kind of DC if you're. Roll a persuasion check.
There we go. 27.
Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? That's fine. Yes, 40 is fine.
Thank you.
You certainly
Adabra,
helped me.
I know that it's going to be a little bit of time before you have your shop up and running, but are there any components or anything that you might need while we're out and about that we could procure for you, and then maybe we could set up a deal where we get potions at a discount, or
I can't think of anything specific, but if you do come across something that you think might have magical properties, or, you know, if you find a creature that, say, has some form of lightning or thunder to them, I might be able to work some of their parts into lightning resistance potion, or, you know, so those sorts of things. If you come across anything that seems interesting.
Yes, I mean, there was this one boar, but it kind of disappeared.
Really? What, it just disappeared? I don't understand what you mean.
After I slayed it,
And then she just like looks over at you and almost seems like it's the first time she's truly seen you.
Does Lander wear a cape?
Does
Daisy
he?
will pick it up and just start going like this.
The manual cloak of billowing.
Yeah. She's small enough she can get under there and make it look real.
Well, it was this giant boar that was about 5 feet taller than I am, and
Really?
after we killed it, it just kind of like disappeared into this like blue mist kind of a thing, and
Oh my.
I'm sure it was probably because it was magically altered and created, but we weren't
seems
able to get
fascinating.
anything off of it. It was
Well,
a
yes,
tough
if ever
fight.
you do destroy some form of boar that's 5 feet taller than you are, I think if you had anything from there, I might be able to work something into a potion or anything like that. Any strange creatures you come across, there's usually something to be done.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind if we do find anything that seems to have any properties to it, to maybe take a few souvenirs.
Sure, I would appreciate that very much.
Will do.
And if you do happen to think of anything that you might need, just let us know.
Well, if you do find a way to defeat that dragon, I would love to have some of its scales.
Okay.
Maybe some of its teeth? Probably, yeah. Definitely some things to be done with those.
Maybe a claw or two also.
Oh,
Maybe.
yes. Absolutely. Pay no
Well,
attention to the ban. This side, excuse me. All right. Anything else you want to do with the Dabra?
No.
No, I mean,
Okay.
as long as she's doing, I mean, obviously as well as she can.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you bought a healing potion for 40 gold pieces. That's going to sustain her for quite some time. Like, as far as just
Well,
like,
we
food
bought
and drink.
2 last time, I think, for full price, if I'm not
Yeah, no,
mistaken.
I mean, she's also, you know, Barthen's doing some work for her.
True.
So, but still, there's she doesn't seem like she's hurting anymore.
Yeah. A skilled laborer is just a gold piece a day anyway, so you can hire Parthen for.
Well,
at
and
least
his
a
2
10
sons.
Yeah, subtract
though
the
it is
cost of
skilled
Ander and Thistle's
labor.
help. Yeah. Anyways, so
All right, let's
So
we'll head back to the Lion Shield caster.
okay. And while you're there, we have totals and things. Is there anything else?
I also have the shields.
Which we said was 500, I believe.
Yes, you did say it was 500. But did anyone want the shield?
There we
I
go.
use a 2-handed weapon anyway, so I wouldn't really be able to use a shield unless I lost my halberd or something. Izzy, I know you're doing 2-weapon things, and I don't know if you'd even be able to use a shield bender, but does it?
I don't think I can.
Does anyone?
No, you don't have proficiency.
Okay. Izzy, did you want it, or should I just?
No, please sell it. Sell
Okay.
it. Get that dough. Get the money.
All right, so we have some totals. I wasn't keeping a grand total. I know I was writing the other totals.
Well,
Oh,
are we doing?
well,
are we
I
getting
have-
full price for everything?
Nope.
That's what
I didn't.
figured.
I didn't multiply the costs or anything. I can if you want. I did check the weight because I thought that would be fun, and it's 1,076 pounds. Where the
Vince
great
is
axes
amazing.
and hide.
Vincent is amazing.
You're
Okay,
my boy,
so
Vince.
The hide was what, 310, right?
Yeah.
Hide was 310.
The javelins were
axes.
50.
Yes.
The
50
great
gold
axes
pieces.
were 2160.
Yep.
2160.
Yep, 2160.
And then if you were going to offer anything for the claws, we hadn't come up with a price.
We'll handle that. And then the shield is 500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That puts us at 3020.
Yep, 3020.
Okay, so Lenine really does not seem to have any interest in the claws whatsoever.
Totally fine.
She's looking over everything else, and she's like, "Okay, are you looking to sell all of the javelins?" Because she's just counting. She's like, "You have a lot of them."
we probably keep maybe 20 or so. 20 sounds good. Good.
Yeah. I was thinking
Alright.
I would only want like 4.
We'll probably keep like 10 or so.
Okay, sure, yes, sure. All right, I'm.
Do you even have? Do you have enough gold to take these?
Well, I'm just seeing what it is I'm going to offer first, and then let's see. I think for everything here, it is in rough shape a bit, but I can clean that up. I think I could offer you 1,500 for everything here, and I think if you're going to keep some of those javelins, and I think that would be a nice round number. Did you have something in mind? I mean, it's a lot of coin to carry.
Salesperson Josh is
Doing
working some
math.
numbers.
That beautiful sails behind of his. We got a shopping episode.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Just give me.
No, it's
1
fine.
second.
It's
This shield is very nice. Would do you think you'd be able to do like maybe 1,700 for all of it?
Just roll a persuasion check just to see.
With advantage because she loves him.
Just roll a persuasion check. She is running the shop, but it does not belong to her.
Okay, that's a natural 14. I think that's a +4, but give me 1 second. I'll double check.
You probably trained in it
Sorry.
with the noble background.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 19 then. No, it's going to be 18 then, sorry.
So she kind of goes, and then kind of just like looks up to you, and it's just like this, and like your hair just seems to kind of like flow a little bit. There's a little billow going on, and she's like, I think I could do 16. It's not really my money.
16 would be plenty. Thank you.
What about if maybe we did the plate armor along with 500
So how about this? You're walking in as you hear her say, I guess we could do 16. It's really not my money though. And then all three of you are there again. And everything's kind of laid out, but like you see there's like bundles of 10 javelins as everything's like counted, and everything's kind of laid out on the floor.
I'll also just say perhaps it would be easier if we did this now too. So I've had my eye on that plate for some time. I won't lie.
Sure. Yes. What?
and I have this mithril as well.
It's very nice.
Thank you. My thoughts on, we've done a bit of business back near the spine of the world, and I know that it probably only costs you what, like 800 gold or something like that for the plate. I know it's something that you could find fairly easily, but the mithril is well, it's kind of rare, kind of hard to come by.
It is.
Perhaps we could offer some sort of a trade. Maybe I could give you the mithril. It's been in some nice battles and won by a legendary warrior, and and
okay,
maybe,
I think I see where this is headed. And she's just kind of looking at you, and it's a little bit different than, say, checking you out as much as she is evaluating the state of the armor you're wearing.
Mhm.
I mean, as you can see, it's quite immaculate. Even though being in multiple scrapes and fights, there's not a scratch on it. That's
Just,
some
it is in pretty
high
good
quality
shape.
mithril.
It is in good shape. I would say I could probably do 600 for that, which would put the total up to 22. And you're interested in the plate?
Yes.
Should be 15. So I would give you the plate armor and 700 gold, and I would take the rest of this off your hands. Is that what you're saying? Or I said 6. Wait, hold on. 22 minus 15. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking, the plates you could get any day. You could get a replacement for it. That's no problem, right? That's just the next shipment away. You tell them you need plate, and you'll have it. A skilled craftsman can make it in a matter of days, if not a week or more. And the mithril, where else are you going to find mithril? It's especially with adventurers coming to town, I'm sure there are other people other than us here. I see that some of the other jobs are being completed. It's a thing that people would probably want. So I was thinking more of perhaps a trade. I'll give you the mithril and 200 gold for the plate.
Oh, I see. Oh. She kind of freezes there a little bit.
Or
She just looks at
I
you
mean,
at that point.
if that's not doable, maybe we could do the trade and just where you give us 1,000 gold, to where you're not having to put out as much gold, but because you're getting more things in return, but you're not having to spend as much of your on hand gold that you have.
Just because I'm starting to get confused.
Okay.
Okay. From what I understand, you're going to give all the equipment that you found, minus the 10 javelins and the mithril armor,
Mm-hmm.
in exchange
And
for the
get
plate. And now you want 1,000?
1,000 gold.
Okay.
Because she was
So it's
offering
like a 2,500 on her side.
Correct. Because I know that obviously handing out 1,500, 2,000 plus gold, that's a lot of money for any business to just have that much cash and be able to throw
Right.
that much cash. But having some other armors to be able to sell and stuff like that's a little bit easier to handle than having to pay out just a ton of
I would
money.
say, okay, let's have you. I'm going to let you guys choose. One person makes a persuasion check. Josh, you would do it at advantage, or Landor regular. You guys can choose.
I feel like I should do it at advantage plus my inspiration, and I know you have a better modifier, so if you want to do it, that's fine. But
I feel like with advantage, there's a better chance of. I mean, even with my modifier, I rolled a 2 earlier. So.
Yeah, but it's also Josh luck. So
That's what I'm letting you choose.
see what happens. And I do have I still have that inspiration, or
No, but sure.
maybe- Okay,
That's fine.
that's a D8 now.
It is.
Let's see. All right. So that's 16 plus 4, which would make it a 20.
Oh, a natural 16 plus 4, and here comes the...
Yeah. So it's a 22.
Okay. Oh, I really shouldn't do this. But you've been very good to the town. I think you have a deal.
Thank you, Lenny. We greatly appreciate this.
She just kind of is like, okay, all right, can you help me bring these into the back? And she just starts doing some of the, like, whatever you call it, the detail work. And then she says, and then if you want to get the plate armor ready, and then she says, I'll get your coin. And she's just kind of going back and forth, and she actually hands you 100 platinum.
Ooh,
instead of 1,000 gold.
And just because of the type of person I am, hey Daisy, for your two-handed, weren't you looking for a new Warhammer? I mean, while we're here,
I am.
and we need a
At
second
that point,
one
she
for
just
you.
Lenine just looks at Marcus, and she's just getting the coin ready.
Yeah, I'll just say, yes, that's actually why I came here first. I found this one. I thought you might like it, and I'll hand it to her with the bow on it.
And it's
so cool.
It's actually very fine quality. It's effectively is the same, at least as far as how you're doing it, but if you did want to wield it two-handed, instead of being a D10 for you, it would be a D12. So.
And I will just say, I greatly appreciate both of you traveling with me and us traveling together, and we have each saved each other's lives multiple times, and I couldn't have asked for a better group. So this is the least that I could do.
I'm gonna give him a big old hug. Squeeze him a little too tight.
Just not too low.
Yeah, she like gets the knee and it's like,
Like, oh, hold on, Daisy. Yeah.
I'm glad to be with this group. Also, it's been wonderful so far.
So is this, when I put this into D&D Beyond, is it just regular Warhammer, or is there a special name for it?
I have been working on custom weapons, which is something I actually plan on releasing at some point, but it is a Dwarven Warhammer. It's a D8 with the versatile property D12. I don't think it exists in D&D Beyond.
Probably not, but that's
you should
okay.
be able to make it. Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Custom items. Add custom item.
Just for the newbie, what does that mean, a versatile D12?
So versatile property means that you can use this weapon one-handed, which is the first value, the D8. And then if you choose to, you can wield it two-handed, and then whatever damage dice is listed is what it does there. Normally a Warhammer is a D8 versatile D10. And normally in order to have a two-handed weapon for like a maul that has the heavy property, but a small creature like a gnome wouldn't be able to use it unless they took disadvantage. Effectively, it's kind of the same thing. It's just, kind of the same.
Slightly different.
Yeah, you couldn't use like Great Weapon Master with it, but
it's enough to make it unique.
Yeah, that's pretty much was the thinking.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, so Marcus will take off the that's Marcus will say, after she's taken care of everything else, I guess, be like, Lenine, would you mind helping me with this mithril? It's kind of
Ooh.
it's a bit.
I thought you were going to talk about the bow and the hammer. No. No. She goes, oh, sure, right this way into our dressing room. And yes, she assists you in removing your mithril chain. And you are now out of your mithril chain and in your common clothes.
Fine clothes.
Fine, well, sure. Excuse me, I misspoke, Sir Noble. And yeah, then she helps get the plate armor. It looks like it fits easy enough. The straps are fine to, to your body. It's not like it was made for a medium-sized creature, so. And that takes a good 20 minutes between both putting it on and taking it off. Or taking it off and putting it on, I guess is the way that would go. You now have your plate armor, Josh.
I have my plate armor. What a time to be alive.
What a time.
It's the first character I've had that actually made it all the way to getting plate.
There it is. It's awesome. All right, so I would say at this point, between all the traveling around town, I would say it's still, it's still daylight out, but the workday is getting close to an end, I would think.
I say we stop by the job board just to see what's on there, and then maybe head to the inn for the night. Kind of get some dinner and just relax a little bit and kind of plan out what we're gonna possibly do. If there is anything else on the job board, even though there's not anything on the job board, we probably do want to check out that lighthouse for Lenine just to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
True.
And even if there is something on the job board, we still may need to do that or want to do that first.
Okay, so you're headed to the job board now?
Yes.
Yes, as long as everybody else is ready. And did you add? Oh, I was gonna say, did you add the 1,000 gold to the party fund?
Not yet.
Or 100 platinum, rather. Whatever. Whatever way you want to write it down. Okay.
Well, I'll just do it in gold because then I don't have to type out that whole thing. Is it possible to ask if she's got bracers or could procure some bracers?
You could ask her.
Yeah. Do you have any bracers or know where we might find some, or maybe we could order some? Can you tell us how much that might cost? How long it would take to get here?
Roll percentile die.
Oh boy!
Ooh.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Which one do I do? I'll do this one.
Is this the first percentile die of the game?
I think
It's my first roll of the day. 90.
90.
Very good or very bad?
I hope it's
We're in
good.
the 90th percentile.
She says, "What sort of bracers are you looking for?" Actually.
The kind that they brace you.
Well, I've heard of bracers of archery, and I've heard of bracers of defense.
Bracers of defense are the ones that I'm looking for. I just want to be a little bit more protected while we're out there.
She says, "You're actually in luck. I do have a set. They're a little pricey. Hold on.
I have it here if you want it.
I know what it is.
Okay.
This one, I found the system for it."
Nice.
She goes, "They have 4,000 gold."
Whoa.
All right. Good to know.
Well, I mean, if we
I'm
do some
sure
work
if you
in
keep doing
town
things
for a
like this,
few
we
weeks.
could work something out. But it is that's the price that the Lion Shield Coster has set.
Okay. Thanks for the information.
Sure.
Let's go, guys.
I was gonna have it at like an 85% or higher, and I was like, 90, you did it! Oh my gosh!
Oh wow, that's awesome.
At least that's what I did in my head. I don't know.
That's right, guys. We just have to kill like 90 more orcs.
Yeah. Hold on
keep
a
it
second.
going.
I need to be right back.
Okay. So,
If you guys want to go to the inn, you can.
okay. Is that what you guys are doing?
Should we tell him we're going to the inn and then like go somewhere totally different?
Yes, that's exactly what we should do. You know, I tried
Oh,
to
actually,
do
you were
that.
going to the job board next, weren't you?
Yeah, we were.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we should do is we should actually just go to the inn.
But yeah, go to the job board and tell us how it goes. Just tell me whatever it is you're doing, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll go to the job board.
Yeah, I'd like to see what options we have.
Okay. None of the options that you had seen the last time you looked are there. So the last time you had it, I know you did the Butterskull Ranch quest, Big Al. Then you did the Loggers Camp quest, but the Mountains Toe quest is gone. And now there are two jobs on the board, which I will screenshot and send to you.
Thank you.
But I'll just read them as well. Axholm Quest says, within a mountain 15 miles south of Phandalin stands the ancient dwarven fortress of Axholm, which has been sealed for years. If a dragon attack is imminent, the people of Phandalin might need to evacuate and take refuge in Axholm. To that end, someone needs to open the fortress and make it safe for habitation. Once you accomplish these tasks, return to Town Master Wester to collect a reward of 250 gold. And then the next one is the Dragon Barrow quest. The dragon that besets us is not the first to threaten this region. Between here and Neverwinter lies the Barrow Mound of a warrior whose magical dragon-slaying sword helped fell a green dragon terrorizing the high road a century ago. Rumor has it the Dragon Slayer sword is buried there too. Retrieve it and let the sword be its own reward. So I will take that screenshot. They went to the job board. I will do
And
that.
you went to the inn. I'm kidding.
Oh, I heard the little discussion. One earpiece was still in.
Yes. Fantastic. So, I put that there, Axholm and Dragon Barrow, in your in Discord.
And while you guys are doing that, I'm at the inn playing cards, drumming up some business.
There you go. Fantastic.
Both of those sound pretty good.
And plus, Josh, you also just heard, or Marcus heard about the lighthouse as well from Lenine.
Yeah.
But that's not a quest on the board.
I'm thinking table talk. I'm thinking we might want a magic weapon before we do that in case there are actual ghost type things there. Silvered weapons, magic weapons, anything like that. But I don't know.
The only thing I don't like about the magical sword is that means you would have to give up your pole arm, which means that you wouldn't have your 10 feet damage if you were using a sword.
It could be if it's a great sword. If it's a long sword, then Izzy could one-hand it.
I mean, I could see maybe Izzy using it, but I feel like it would.
Good thing you have the dual wielder feet.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could see maybe we could, yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Listen, this is going to be a decision that Daisy cannot weigh in on because she's going to be completely torn between prepping things so that the people are safe, but then also getting the weapons so that way she can defeat the things so the people are safe. So she's like...
Well, the other thing is, if and when we do go to the lighthouse...
I say just have this conversation in character.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you guys get back to the end.
Yeah,
and I'm
you guys
doing
are just
card
sitting around
tricks for
having
people.
you're sitting around having your meal.
I kind of feel like that, one, if we do the lighthouse and we're able to shore up the supply chain, we might be able to get a much better deal on the bracers from Lenine. We might be able to get a good solid discount without having to be too extra persuasive. But we do also need to make money because even with a discount, we're still gonna be a good bit short.
Yes.
But you do make a good point about the ghosts. If it is something that requires a magical damage, I mean, especially like I could toss you my silver short sword, and you could use that if Daisy had that magical sword, and then I'm casting spells. We could probably be okay.
You have a silver short sword?
Yes, I remember I purchased it last time we were here, just as a.
Totally forgot about that. That was a very wise decision.
I figured going into the woods and never know if we might see anything, and any odd creatures. And I know that there are werewolves and who knows what else that could possibly be out there. With just grab it just in case.
Yes, yeah. The Neverwinter Wood could be a very dangerous place.
Even though it did seem to be a little bit brighter when we were leaving. I'm just, not to
It
toot
did.
our own horn or anything, but a beep, a beep, beep.
Oh boy.
Yes. I would like to help the Lion Shield caster. I definitely would like a weapon that's going to make defeating this dragon easier. But I think our first priority is to keep the town safe. But no, the dragon hasn't decided to attack the town anyway.
And it's at that moment. No, I'm just kidding.
Roll another percentile.
You're really going to channel Skyrim at that point.
Well, opening up was it Axholm for the town is great and all, but if we're not able to defeat the dragon, it's not going to stop with Phandalin. And as much as I'm not wanting to sacrifice anybody or anything, I do feel like we need to make the priority more of trying to stop the dragon, because otherwise it's going to be way worse, in a much greater area than just this one town. And while I do want to do everything we can to protect the town, we do only have a limited amount of time. So I feel like probably the weapon and I don't know. I mean, you could kind of make the decision as to whether you think dealing with the lighthouse issue is worth, helping Lenine, and obviously supplies for ships is going to be useful, for Phandalin, or if you think we should open up Axholm.
Daisy, what are your thoughts on this? You've been quiet.
I can't decide.
I do feel it was stuck between a rock gnome and a hard place.
Oh.
Well, and just being the romantic that I am. So, are your feelings true for Lenine? I mean, if they are, I feel like we do want to help her out. If it's just more of a thing, then we probably should help the town. Even though both would help the town.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay. Fair enough.
Plays it close to the vest.
Let's do the Dragon Barrow quest first. And see if we can get a sword to help us out. That's
Sure.
what my vote is. I mean, obviously my vote's no stronger than anyone else in the groups, but
I can't decide. I really can't. So if you think that the best course of action is to get the weapon, then that's what we'll do. I just want to keep everyone safe.
I agree. I just feel like if we have the weapon and the dragon does attack the town, there's a good chance we might be able to slay the dragon before the people even need to flee.
Okay.
Sure. That makes sense to me.
All right.
Okay, so we're fast forwarding to the next morning.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Where is that? All right, I could show you where it is on the map. I believe I can. Hold on. Oh, I should have read this before I said that to you. Hold on.
Oh, no.
No, it's fine.
And while they're gone, the dragon
Yeah, guys, just roleplay or something here for a second.
This wine is
do
very
we wanna-
nice.
It is. We should pick up a couple more bottles of wine while we're at the inn, just in case we happen to swing by Falcon's Lodge. You know,
That's a great
as a nice little
idea.
courtesy. Also, do we think we need to see if we should have Vince come along with us, just to help us, you know, maybe carry stuff there and back, if Barthen is willing to give him up for a few days.
Okay.
I don't know if it would. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if you guys don't think we need to, we don't have to. I just, you know, I like
We might
Vince.
be. We might be better off borrowing horses from Big Al, and if we need to bring some things back, then we have horses to put them on. At least we will be able to travel faster rather than having Vincent carry along the cart.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, and we could rig up that way we don't have to bring the whole cart with us, and we can travel quickly there and then a little slower back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so okay, so I can show you where the Dragon Barrow is.
all right.
Obviously, you got Phandalin down there in the corner. And about, I want to say it's right here. It says it's about 40 miles northwest of Phandalin, amid the rolling hills and grasslands.
Can you just move your? Oh, okay, I see.
Sorry.
And where was the lighthouse? Do we know that?
Yes, the lighthouse is kind of down here.
Okay.
You could do the old 2-for-1.
Does anyone have any shovels in their packs, or is that something maybe we should pick up from Barthen before we go?
Oh, we do have clawed gauntlets, which I think could be used for digging. No one seems to really like those very much.
Well, because it just says that the room of the Dragon Slayer sword is buried there, so I'm thinking we might need to do some digging to find it, possibly. And
Yeah,
I don't have any shovels that I'm aware of.
No, I don't have a shovel either. That's a wise
So we
decision.
Might wanna
Let me
see if
check
we
my
just-
pack. Hold on. Daisy's just gonna dump her pack on the ground.
Oh boy.
Let's see, I got a bedroll, a crowbar, a regular hammer, some manacles, a mess kit, a mirror,
She has manacles?
All right, to Bartons.
rope, stake, tinderbox, torch, water. Nope, no shovel.
Alright. We'll stop by Barthen's on the way to the stables and see if he's got any
Okay.
shovels.
Yeah, easy enough. You get there and he looks like he's just opening up the shop and getting ready for the day.
Good morning.
He just says, good morning. Did you enjoy your moonshine?
It's fantastic. I'm feeling it a little this morning, but you know, that's when you know it was good.
Roll a deception check.
Also, I'm just getting all these terrible rolls out now.
Mm-hmm.
13.
He just kind of goes, right. Yes, what can I do for you?
We were wondering if you happen to have any shovels.
Shovels? Yes, of course. How many did you need?
Probably just 2 should be good.
Okay. Just hold on a minute. And he goes back and says,
We
"It's
all
gonna-"
know Marcus is going to be supervising. I nudge him in the rib.
We'll go back here, I guess, for now. He says, he just comes back with 2 shovels and he goes, "That'll be 4 gold."
All right.
From the party fund.
Okay. And all right, well, that was all we needed. We're just gonna head over to the stables now.
I wish you well. Like I said, you took care of Vincent, and I appreciate that very much.
On a
Just-
side note, is there anything that in our travels that you need us to keep an eye out on for, or that anything that you've been missing from your shop?
He just says, "What I need is for my boys to not be idiots."
Potion of
So
competence.
if you find something that would accomplish that task, I would greatly appreciate it.
I will.
Daisy has a hammer, if that would help.
And manacles, apparently.
Don't think I haven't thought about it. He just says, but if you kill them, they won't learn anything.
Good point.
Mm-hmm. I'd ask you where you're going, but the less I know, the happier I am. I wish you well. And he just kind of goes back to opening up the shop. He's putting out some items that naturally are outside during the business day.
All right. Well, we head over to Big Al's.
Okay.
Isn't that like a day's travel?
No,
Or no,
he's in
he's in
town.
town.
He's in town now. Okay.
I forgot because we made that joke that we're just growing the population.
Mm-hmm.
Just dragging everyone back.
All right.
Even though Falcon did not come with us.
He's a strong, brave man. He can fend for himself.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. So you find Big Al has a. It looks like he's got his horses look like they're posted up actually at the inn, but that's where he's been staying so far since he's been in town. So be able to find him easy enough. Says,
Big Al.
What can I do for you? It sounds like you've been doing some good deeds around town. Had some fun up in the Neverwinter Wood, did you?
We sure did. You should have seen some of those fights.
Were you able to get those orcs back for everything they've done to this area?
Oh yes, we took care of, I don't know, must have been like 45 orcs or so.
Really?
Plus
All at
some,
one time?
That was a few different fights, but I mean, you know.
Huh.
I think the most we killed in one sitting was 20 or more, something of the sort.
Plus
Oh,
that
my.
12-foot boar.
Yes.
He just looks at you like,
Yeah. It
does
was a
Barthen
lightning
know that
boar.
you killed his... No, Vincent isn't that big.
Oh no, we
Never
brought
mind, but
Vincent back.
sometimes old age you get a little confused.
We were wondering if we might be able to maybe rent some of your horses for a little bit of our travels.
Well, how long did you need them for? They're certainly not doing much right now.
I mean, depending on how exactly it goes, I would say with a horse, probably talking travel time would be maybe half a day or so. I would say maybe 2 or 3 days.
Maybe a
Maybe
week
5?
maximum.
Yeah, I would say maybe a week max, if depending on what we run into.
I tell you what, you helped me out greatly. I would not be alive if it wasn't for you. Use the horses as you see fit, but if something does happen to them and they can't make it back, I think at that point I would have to be compensated for them. But
That is
as far as
completely
using them,
fair.
feel free to use them as however you can.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, we would never let something bad happen to them and then not reimburse you.
Sounds good to me. I trust you. You've done good things, both for me and the town. I think that's gonna be it'll be fine to use them however you need.
Thank you so much.
Where are you headed?
We're I don't know if you happen to take a look at the job board or not that was posted in town.
I normally don't see it, but I hear there's rumors.
We're gonna try to see if we can get there's possibly a magical sword that we're gonna go try to see if we can go find.
Well, if you're looking to take out that dragon, that would make sense. I did hear about that Dragon Slayer sword.
So just
in the stories you've heard about this sword, do you remember if it was a very large sword? If it was the type of sword that he used with a shield? Any thing of that sort?
Let me see if...
And yeah, I was kind of curious too, because like I do remember hearing a few things here and there about this magical sword, but I haven't heard anything about what the actual magical properties of it are either.
Okay.
Or would I, DM?
You could roll a history check.
Would I know?
Everyone can roll a history check if you want.
I just feel like being a bard, there's a good chance I should know about what this sword would be able to do. Oh, a natural 20. That's what I'm talking about.
Woo.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. There
Let's see.
it is.
Oh, I gotta roll into this.
It's a 17 for Marcus.
19 for Daisy.
Okay, well, I had set the DC at 20. A natural 20 indeed. So you actually do recall the tale of a green dragon being slain in this area years ago. Like I said, I think the thing said over a century ago. So you do know that there was a warrior that had wielded it. His name was Carrick. And you don't recall if you just knew he was a brave knight that slayed the dragon. You're not entirely sure if he was wielding it one-handed or two-handed or had a shield and whatnot, but yeah. It's actually
Was
quite
it
the tale.
infused with holy light?
Holy light? No, it just, the dragon seemed to be afraid of it.
Oh, okay.
It's a spooky sword.
That's about it.
Okay. Well, are we,
To the sword.
Yep, I think we're off.
To the sword! Okay. So if you're going to be on horseback, I think you could probably get there in one day, actually.
Sick.
Right, going from 24 miles a day with a horse. I would say you could get there by the evening. Why not?
Yeah.
All right, so let's do what we do and you guys travel. Ooh, what does a natural 1 mean?
Oh no. Oh god. Oh, we're gonna have to pay for these horses.
Oh no!
And the dragon swoops down.
Oh god.
So we'll say, just to make it a little fun, at least fun for me, we're going to, are you looking to stay, actually I should ask this, are you looking to stay on the road and head, kind of up here, then here, then here, then go to it, or are you looking to kind of as the crow flies, as they say?
Whatever makes more sense and is easier on the horses. I mean, if there's like, if there's cover in one area and one area is like a completely open field, I feel like we would probably go towards the cover more, just in case, because
it's kind of rolling hills and plains more, so it's not like it's not like you have woods or anything like that. So
yeah, I feel like we'd just be going straight there, but I don't know.
Okay. Let's just, to make sure everybody stays on track, do another survival check. not going to be too difficult since you're going to have the road more or less there.
Were you rolling it? I thought. Or did you want me to roll it?
Whatever you want.
I feel like Josh rolled.
What'd you get, Josh?
I did roll a die, but we did not say who was rolling it.
I'm sure you would be having advantage if...
I did roll 2 dice. Well, that's a 7. With
Okay.
advantage.
The DC was a 5. So, yeah, I was gonna say, it was just like if you rolled a natural 1 and really was like, dude, we're in the woods again. Like, what happened? No, so, like I said, you're not in the woods. It's just, you're going straight there. I felt like... All right, so you're heading off and you get to, let's say, okay, so this is where... Yeah, this is where the barrow is. We're saying you're gonna get to where you're thinking you're about between 5 and 10 miles away from where it is. And let's see, who's got the highest passive perception? I think that's Marcus.
I have a 16.
I think we're tied.
Oh, you have a 16? I think I have old
15,
information.
yeah.
Okay, so Marcus and Landor, I'm not even going to ask Daisy, with that low wisdom. Marcus and Landor, you both see, it looks like a horse. It's like someone riding a horse coming towards you. We'll say looks like maybe 300-400 yards away. Like you don't have a great vantage point on him yet, but he just looks like he's, well, it looks like he was running and then all of a sudden sees you and looks like he's heading towards you at this point.
Does he look aggressive? Does he have a weapon drawn? Does he look like he's running from something?
Make a perception check, like an active one.
And while he does that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit myself with my mage armor. Just
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's a few hundred yards away, so you're not entirely sure now. Do you guys continue heading that direction? Looks like he's coming somewhat from the area you're coming to, or heading towards, I should say.
I say yes. Let's go meet him. I mean, it looks like a person, or does it look like a creature?
Again, it looks like someone's riding a horse. You're kind of just like...
When he gets to like, I feel like I would slow my pace a little bit, and when he gets to like 150 yards away, I would try to really, really focus and see if I can tell.
Can I see?
Yeah,
You
make a
eyes?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
14.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so you're, and he gets to about 200 yards away, and you're like, that is a centaur. It's not actually someone riding a horse. He looks like he is, He
is the horse.
He is the horse, that's right. He looks like he's got like a bow and arrows strapped to his back, and it looks like he's armed with looks like a pike or something like that as well, but it's not, his weapons aren't drawn.
Oh, they're not drawn. Not
drawn, but he is just heading towards you and actually has his hand up, kind of like, "Hello there, adventurers."
What do they speak?
That was in common, because I don't know, and I just said something to you. Do you
Hello there, good
approach?
sir. Yes.
Okay. So when he gets to, he doesn't encroach upon your personal space. He gets to maybe 20, 15 feet away, and he just says, "Greetings. Says, my name is Xanth, and I just wanted to know if you bring news from Phandalin or the Neverwinter Woods. Last I've heard, it was overrun with creepy orcish spellcasters, and there was dark magic in there."
He wanted to know if we brought news from there.
Yeah, just from town and stuff like that.
We've been all around, and we actually cleared out, from as far as we can tell, all of the orcish spellcasters and out of Neverwinter Wood. And we've been in Phandalin quite a few times.
There seems to be some sort of dark alliance with some spell casting half orcs, along with just the typical great axe wielding orcs.
Yes, and are you aware there's a dragon that seems to be flying about, causing terror wherever it seems to go? It seems like ever since it's arrived, that's when the orcish activity has increased. You've heard of that before?
Yes, that's kind of what has set us on our travels, and kind of looking to see what we can do to help out and decrease the activity, and hopefully find and defeat this dragon.
All right, that's good. And you said you drove out whatever darkness was going on in the woods?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, perhaps it would be safe to go back.
I mean, I
That's
can't promise
awesome.
that there's no stragglers, but we, there might be an orc here too. Just kind of as they were before.
Of course,
But,
yes. Do you mind if I ask where you're heading?
We were trying to find this barrow mound of the warrior
Oh,
who
yes.
defeated a magical dragon a century or so ago.
I don't know much about that, but there is a special hill, and he points over his shoulder. It seems to have these ornamental horns that seem to come out of, like, leading up to a hill, and there seems to be some kind of, I don't know. I guess the hill is sort of in the shape of a dragon, I suppose, now that I think about it.
So, would this be the Dragon Barrow, then? We've heard stories.
I could see people calling it that. It just seemed strange, so I went to investigate it, and last night I saw just these odd witch lights that seemed to kind of just dance around at night. I didn't want to investigate because I didn't really know much of what that is. I'm not a magician of any kind, and just trying to make good decisions, really.
Have you been past there in the day?
I have, and I never noticed them during the daytime.
Is it nighttime or daytime currently?
It looks like the sun's kind of setting. If you were to continue, you probably could get there, but nightfall probably would have occurred. He goes, well,
Yeah.
I wish you well. I have no need to bother you. I just wanted to see if you brought news of what's going on in the area, and hopefully you stay safe in these times.
Thank you.
We're definitely trying, and we're trying to help out with what we can. You appear to be some sort of a warrior yourself, just judging by some of your gear.
He says, well, I know how to protect myself and look after my people, but...
Would you perhaps want to come along as we check out these lights? I mean, not that I'm not trying to, force you to do anything, but obviously I know that different, dark magical creatures in this, or evil creatures, obviously are a threat to everyone and the woods themselves.
Sure. I do find your offer flattering, and I understand, but my responsibility is to my people. Those lights have not seemed to have done anything that I can tell, but I don't know if that's the best course of action for me.
I completely understand.
May I ask, I've not seen many of your kind, not up north and not in my travels down here either.
Mm-hmm.
What are your people? Where are they? Do you have a town, a village, a tribe?
We move around as we need to. We live in the Neverwinter Wood right now, it sounds like we may be going back there. As soon as we saw that there was some dark magic and things, we decided to take a vacation, I guess would be the best way to go about saying that. I think I'll be leading them back home soon.
Okay,
Well, if for some reason when you do get into the Neverwinter Woods, if you do find anything
much safer
amiss,
there now than it was before.
Feel free to send a message down to Phandalin, and you can have it addressed to Marcus of House Winterburn, or of TPK is what we call ourselves, our little band of travelers. You can send us a message addressed to us, and I'm sure they're all familiar with us and would get it to us to help you out if there is something going on, if you do find any other groups of unsavories.
Sure. I would be happy to. We don't normally mix with your kind very much, but we certainly hold no ill will towards you either.
Same, and just as our group personally would like to keep everybody safe around here, and
Indeed, there is a nice man that lives in the woods. His name, I believe, is Falcon. We've
oh yes,
we've had some good contact with him. Perhaps we would send word his way.
Oh, that would work too. Are you going to be heading his way, perhaps, by any chance?
I was about to, since you brought word, I was thinking I may be heading into the woods to just give a little look around and see what I could find out.
Hey, Dave, see if maybe he'll deliver a bottle.
I think I heard what that said, but
I know exactly what he said. We got one, right? Or two?
Two. Oh no, we didn't.
We didn't. I don't think we grabbed them.
I don't remember you buying them.
We didn't. Not from the innkeeper. We forgot to. Never mind that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Does he drink moonshine?
Lando, I think he's a little classier than moonshine. That stuff's good for you and I, but Falcon's a very prestigious man. What is the centaur name again?
Xanth.
Xanth.
Mm-hmm.
Xanth. If
Can you
like,
hear that it's spelled with an X?
Yeah,
Kazanth.
No. That is not how I spelled it in my book.
It's fine.
Let me edit that one.
Xanth, if you would like, I could send word to Falcon to let him know that you're on the way and to be on the lookout for you.
Oh, I think that sounds good.
That.
We'll yes, I'll go and do a little scouting, come back to find my people, and then we'll go back and see if he has any news.
Okay, and I'm gonna whip out the sending stone. I'm gonna do whatever you gotta do to activate it. Hey Falcon, it's Daisy. We ran into a friend of yours. His name is Xanth, and he's gonna come visit you. So just be on the lookout for him.
It's done. Yeah, I was gonna say, I got stuff somewhere there. Okay. It sounds like he's chewing, because it is about dinner time. And he goes, "Oh, Daisy! Oh, jeez. Oh, good. Tell Xanth I said hello, and he's welcome anytime. Tell him the woods seem safer now." And that's it.
So Falcon said that he's really excited to see you. That you should have a much safer travel now, thanks to us, because we cleared it all out. Yeah, so he said he's excited to see you, and yeah.
And then he just looks at Marcus and says, "Was she just talking to a rock?"
Rock gnomes, am I right?
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, it's good to hear he's doing well. I think we will definitely take him up on that offer at some point soon.
Well, best of luck. Safe travels to you.
You too.
Tell Falcon I said hi.
Sure. What's your name?
Daisy.
Okay. I will do that. And he just gives you a nod and starts to trot off to the woods in the direction of Neverwinter Wood there.
So
here you are, kind of in this area. So he heads off, heading northeast.
We continue on to the Barrow?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, we're only. How far away are we again?
Like 7 miles or so.
So we could, like, probably, like.
You continue on to the Barrow, you say. Tragedy befalls.
Oh, you all have dysentery.
Gotta
Everybody
roll
make
a
a Constitution saving throw.
check.
All right. So you continue to the Barrow, right? And the sun sets. Continue.
I would want to keep an eye, like, I would want to get to where we could see it, but not like go up to it, especially if it's starting to get dark, and keep an eye out for those wispy, lighty things.
Witch lights, yeah.
Fireflies.
Do we see
Sure.
the witch lights?
So, because I know that both Izzy and Michael have plans that are really right around the corner, we're going to say you arrive at the Barrow as the sun sets, and we'll end the session there. So, thank you everybody for hanging out and watching. We're going to continue this next week, next time, or however it is where we're going to be releasing this as it's pre-recorded. And have a good one.
Don't forget to check out Coffee for You.
Last minute plug, I love it. Oh boy.
It's like a clock. Ting, 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 ting,
Yes.
ting, ting, ting.